Before it was him taking over the rent and then.
James, go ahead, James. Do
I'm
whatever.
just
Go ahead,
taking,
go ahead.
I'm just
No, no, no.
taking minutes.
Okay, public comments, we'll defer the public comments in case one of the Main Street players come, if you don't mind.
So I'm sorry,
I mean,
now you guys confuse me.
What's
So, no, just for you're secretary for the meeting
I'm taking minutes for the
and
meeting.
you're chair. Okay.
So we're okay now? You want me to continue?
Roll call and started or
Okay,
what?
so I already called the meeting. I did the roll call, public comment, we're gonna defer until the Main Street player comes. If not, Charles will fill us in. Any deferrals, additions, deletions to the agenda? No. No, minutes to review. Old business review of plans for Pride event. I will turn this over to Charles as
Okay,
it pertains to the theater.
yes, the theater is all in. Matter of fact, I met with them last, Tuesday. And they said, we have a facility for those who haven't been in there. It seats about 70 people. It's the old Victoria's Secret place, if you know what that is. That's that is the,
Yes, it's a great venue because we visited, remember?
right, yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
Jimmy.
how you doing?
I recognize the name.
So they were all in, so I thought what we would do today is try to get a skeleton of a program of what we need to do. I remember last year, we had a booth outside at the fair
Right.
where people signed in, got literature, whatever they wanted to do. I would like to continue that and put it in front. Because now there's overhang in front of the theater that's about this big.
Right.
So
It'd be
you're
right on
not
the
out in-
sidewalk.
Yeah, right on
Okay.
the sidewalk. So I would like to put the brochures out there. And then I thought as a program, we have one young lady. She's gonna do like a 15-minute play reading that's associated with Pride. She did it about 3 months ago. We also have one young lady want to do a poem. And we have two people want to do a poem. And what I was thinking is that we would give one of us would give an overview, or we get somebody that want to volunteer about the history of Pride. Maybe 10 minutes, 15, how it got started, how is it celebrated, what does it mean, and that you kind of set the tone for the meeting.
And some
So-
historical people
Right.
that have made a difference. in the
Absolutely.
Pride.
Absolutely. And when I finished talking about it, your name just popped right on top of it. But anyway.
Yeah, I'll be glad to do some
I
research.
already put her name on it.
Oh, good, yeah, okay. And the
Because
other
she's the
thing is,
opener.
with the booth, I thought we'd have that and we can add some other things to it, just throwing something out at the end. We're talking about maybe start at 6, had a booth from 6 to 7, and then go right in. We were looking at either a Friday night or a Saturday night, whichever night you guys think would be best during the month of June. Right now, they don't have any commitments for the month of June. So if we felt one night was better than another night, and I know will they still be doing the farmers market in the month of June?
Yes, I'm not sure. They do it
Yeah,
throughout the
because-
whole,
yeah,
because we
okay.
did it, we always had.
You see, they close at 7, so if we did it at 6, we would have some of the, we would have some of the.
We finished at 5.
Was it? Okay, because at one time it was 7 o'clock, or 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Well, anyway, we will, we will have some, to advertise to them to let them know they can. And then I thought from like 6 to 7, we have a little meet and greet and maybe have some light hors d'oeuvres.
Right, I was gonna action that.
Yeah.
You're right.
We have some light hors d'oeuvres because we have the bar there. And we we'll do light out there is free, but then if they want to drink or something like that, that'd be different.
Can
And
we
then we
charge
could
for
start, we wouldn't for the hors d'oeuvres,
Okay.
but
we
we
do
may
for
for the alcohol.
For wine.
That would
Wine.
be a good idea, because it'll give us a little bit of money to put in our.
Yeah, right, and then we'll take the whole night out. And then the proceeds will go to.
And while they're mingling,
Right.
and eating, they could be looking at the booths
Right.
and all the information.
Right. And I think our that would be, then at 7, then we go in, try to keep it to about an hour.
Okay.
I mean,
So if I talk to her, maybe,
That's what I was gonna.
5 or 10 minutes about the history of prominent people, and then you go into a 15-minute reading, and then a
Right.
couple of poems, and then I was wondering what you were thinking about as far as like art.
My niece is working on some things for me. She was actually one of the ones that worked on the Miami Lakes, the thing on the cows and a few things with the, burial grounds and all that. She's very
Oh.
heavily involved with that.
Oh, I do. Related to Jose?
Yes. And her aunt.
Yeah, she's a young lady came and gave us a briefing that time about a couple years ago.
Yeah,
She's like
I- I-
17,
I know
18,
Jose.
19, 20, something like
And her husband is her uncle.
that. Okay,
They're
yeah.
brothers.
She was very detailed out there. I remember.
Well,
that.
she's gotten very popular. She's had some, some things done and she's working around town. And I was also gonna ask, Alicia if she wanted to talk to her for Earth Day, because I think she may be around in April. If you wanted to talk to her about anything there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay, the other thing I thought at the end, and you guys can kind of tell
We
me,
would welcome.
is to have a little panel at the end for a Q&A. Maybe have legal, military, parent, theater, education, a representative from each one of those. So if somebody had a question about it, we would have at least a quasi expert or expert to maybe address. And I don't know, so you guys tell me if you like that
I have
idea
a
or
question,
what,
quick
yeah,
question. So there's not gonna be a play?
no. And there's a 15-minute play that talks about that. But it's a
It's
variety,
not a play, it's more
different-
like a
Yeah.
introduction.
it's a 15-minute play reading about 2 ladies.
Play reading is better than the play we saw last year.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Right.
not go there.
So I don't
And
know. how
poetry,
you-
and poetry also is,
Right,
part of the genre.
Is there a screen?
Yes.
part that we can,
yes.
okay, because there's a beautiful movie that is based on a poem by Richard Blanco. And I would love to play that in the background as people come in maybe and just listen to it a little bit. I think it takes like 10 minutes. I can send you a link if you want to see it. It talks about when they legalized marriage and he had already been with his partner like all this time and and all this other stuff. So I'll send the link in a copy to Io so you guys could read it. It's a beautiful poem.
Okay.
But they turned it into like a little film and it's like a little movie. It's free on YouTube and all that. I showed it to my
Oh,
kids.
nice.
All right. I'll do that. Yeah.
Just in the background, like if we want to put.
Yeah, because we have a theater one inside, but I think we're working on setting one outside. Where while the people are there, we can just run it continuously
Yeah,
while they're, while trying to get the flavor.
okay. And did you want those experts that, like the panel, did you want those to be LGBTQ members?
They can or they cannot, just you've done the research on, like I'll probably do the military part. Cause
You know what the policies
yeah, I've
are.
done, yeah, I've done with that. And then we have somebody in education, and we can get a parent, we can find a parent that has a child. I don't know, what do you guys think about the panel? I just threw that out there.
I'm gonna
Alright.
send you guys, again, this is the committee, but we do have a resource of somebody that's gonna be helping us. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Education Advisory Board a couple months ago was gonna do a parents' mental health night and the subject came up. Oh yeah, I think you went to the meetings. So we have a contact at FIU Center for Children and Families. They
Okay.
come out and talk to parents about just dealing with kids and anxiety and then from those people that fall under the LGBTQ are probably, you know, prone to anxiety or,
They're at high
depression and all that, yeah.
They're at risk.
Yeah.
Dysphoria.
So if you guys want that contact and you guys want to reach out to see if they can partner on this, they're very eager to get involved in the town and they're actually gonna be present at our upcoming health and wellness fair. So I can give you their contact information and then maybe you guys can get some ideas from them.
That would be
Okay, yeah.
Great.
that'd be
Because
great,
they'll
'cause
probably
I'm just,
participate.
yeah, what I'm just trying to do is throw something out and see how we can come up with something that's,
Yes, I've heard
that
him,
makes sense and educational.
right, I've heard him speak and he was wonderful at the.
I think that
one
was
that we
somebody
went to.
else,
Oh, that was somebody else.
but
he was
that
wonderful
lady that I'm
too,
talking about was also there with the table.
because he addressed it.
Charles, may I make a suggestion? As well as having something in the background for that projector, did you maybe want me to work on a PowerPoint for like prominent LGBTQ?
Yeah, be-
You know
yeah.
what? We could do education, we could do music, we
Yeah,
could do, and I can have
right.
some of the kids help me at school and give them community service hours to put some stuff
Absolutely.
together.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
In fact,
And we can just play it in the background.
in fact, I would love for you to do, would you like to do the
Introduction.
speaking of the
No.
history of pride and the people? You're a public speaker.
You're right, but.
Okay, you put together and I'll deliver.
Okay, and you
called
want
teamwork.
education?
I was thinking, I just
The
put,
same that you have
yeah,
at,
like legal,
Ooh, legal.
parent,
I see some legal here at the
military,
table.
teacher, education. No, just, you have somebody have a, about legal, you know, what the rights are, what you can do, what you can't do, that, in general. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm
They don't have
saying.
to themselves, but
Right.
maybe they work with.
They've had some cases that,
Last,
you know, they, and that way, you know, we'll kind of shut it down with that.
What day is it?
with the
We
people-
haven't set the date yet.
because the 17th is the weekend of Father's Day.
Okay, we're not gonna have it on, Fish that day.
Okay, so then
That's
the
Father's Day.
weekend of the 9th is a Friday, the 10th is a Saturday.
Okay, so.
And that's awesome because school's out.
I thought we.
Keep
did
in mind
say
that
the
you guys have
10th.
calendars.
I think you said the tenth, because I have Pride at theater.
Then, okay,
10th.
we can do
That's
10
That's a
June.
Saturday. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, 10 June. I wanted a Saturday
That's a
anyway. Okay, 10 June. That will work, yeah.
And that's-
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Make sure you're not on a trip.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Can we do the 17th?
The
That's the
17th, you
weekend of
guys have the
Father's Day.
fishing tournament. You guys have the 17th. for
What about the
fishing.
16th? It's the Friday.
Gotta be the last week then. It can't be.
See, the Friday, the only reason I don't know how much traffic we would get from the farmer's market, but if not, then we would, the only reason I was saying that because,
So let's do it
That
the
is-
24th.
Or do you want to do it 7 days before? How about the 3rd? Is that too busy because of the end of the school year?
Yeah.
That's too
That's
crazy.
gonna be like-
Graduation parties.
yeah.
And that's when we're putting all the zeros. Great. book.
Well, mine yours is already, but yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are working. The 10th is
24th.
the one that we had before. What
Let's
about
do-
the 17th is the fishing. What about the 24th?
Let's
The
do 24th.
30th is a Friday.
Let's do 2-4. 2-4 is a Saturday?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Do 2-4. And that way, we'll,
So this way you're
So
available.
I can have that PowerPoint ready for you soon.
And
before
it
the
gives
kids
you
are out.
time. and it gives you
Yeah,
time
before
to
the
do
kids
it.
are out, so they can help me. And I'll send it to you so you can revise and take a look and tell me what you like and what you don't like.
And you go to YouTube, just go Richard Blanco.
No, I'm gonna
find
send it to you. I'll send you
Oh,
the link.
thank you. I
Um,
get excited about
I'm
that.
gonna, I love, I do my father in English with the kids because we have so many ESOL kids in the school and I was.
Wow. Mm, I know, you're right.
I love that.
At what time on the 24th?
well, I was thinking, we said before, you know, they have the farmer's market.
Get there.
So I was thinking about start at 6 with the meet and greet. And then start the program at 7. Let it go about hour.
We have to be like about 5. And
Oh,
like we
yeah.
did last time.
Oh,
Yeah. And I have my
I mean,
group
you gotta
here.
check sound, right?
Yeah, I have my group here.
Well, that's his part, the sound
Unless
part.
you-
Our part is the
Oh.
tables and
You
do I need to
don't-
bring anything?
We got all kinds of tables.
Okay, no, I'm asking.
No, I think we have the tables.
Okay.
I think we even have some props.
Remember, if I need to bring or buy something.
Yeah, I would just say bring, we'll have a couple of tables outside.
Some tablecloths.
I think that's in the deal. We're ready to have it.
No, I'm only asking.
Yeah, I think we have that, yeah. And,
But
you know,
yeah.
that's what I was thinking, that we just kind of meet and greet between 6 and 7. All the refreshment and then go in at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8. And, we'll start maybe the Q and A about 7:45, by the time we get to the end of everything. And just see, you know, somebody may have a question, maybe not, and we just. kind of
And then,
close it out.
I could look into finding someone from our library system because I had no idea
Of all the books they have,
all books and
Well, they are
literature
banned.
they have.
in our
and
own
Not
library.
banned, thank goodness.
Right
Not
now.
as of today, March,
Yeah,
but, 6, but,
I would probably go.
but,
Did you talk to the lady there? Because she would probably go.
I would love it if she could come and speak. I know she's got a tight schedule and does a lot of Saturday during the day, you know, events at the library,
Just gotta
but
get
when I
to
went
work
to their
early.
section, they've got oh my, the best resources for kids, all kinds of books for the kids, for the parents, and, you know,
Mhm.
novels, like, so that when you see yourself, you can, you know, when you see someone that looks like yourself, then give yourself confidence and faith
Right.
and.
Well,
Yeah,
let me know if you can get her, because my boss's wife was a librarian her whole life. She just retired last year. So if you can get
Wonderful.
somebody, then.
yeah.
I'd
I
like
think
to-
we
She could
should-
talk about the resources of the library.
If
Okay,
she's
good,
here,
so
if
I'll
she's
check it,
here,
if not.
perfect. Yeah.
Mhm.
I had a question.
Mhm.
How do you feel about, or how does everybody feel about if we do charge for alcoholic refreshments? Can we maybe offer half the proceeds or a percentage of the proceeds to one of the local organizations for LGBTQ, maybe for the
Something-
arts or?
Something to keep in mind while you guys decide that.
Mhm.
This event right now is not funded, right? Because
Right.
it hasn't even been approved.
Right.
So you may want to come prepared when it comes to council as to how you're gonna fund it, and that may be something to, offset your cost.
Now, we have, how much?
Something to
did-
keep in mind.
yeah, Did the hospital, say how much they would give?
We're probably
No, they
one of the
didn't
only
say how much, but they are
municipalities that
willing
don't
to
have a
sponsor.
funded event.
Right,
So we just have
Shame on
to
us.
feel that kind of,
Now, you guys can always go to council and request dollars. I'm not saying
no, but we were
But
looking
I'm-
at sponsorships.
I'm trying to
for
help
sure.
you be as successful as possible, and
right.
given that it's the first year, it would probably be best to come armed with information as to how you're gonna fund it.
Are the presenters charging us? to
First
go and
year,
to-
first year that it might support it, but we've been doing this now. for
Well,
3
it
years
hasn't
in a
even
row.
been approved yet.
No,
so
but I'm just
technically-
saying, we've been doing this from the beginning of the flag and the past 2 years, the farmer's market. So this is gonna be the 4th year. If they support it, it would be.
The first cultural fair, yeah.
So it would say
Yeah,
something
programs.
like 5 month celebration and the date, and then I don't
So that's
really.
what we're gonna name it, Pride Month
This is
celebration.
culture, this is
Okay,
But what I'm saying is this what the sponsor gets, a sheet like this?
and the benefits are on the other.
And the what?
So this is them replying to a letter to us know, hey, this is the billing information, so that we can generate an invoice. This is them telling us which one that they want.
It's simple as that.
And then here it breaks down, like for Black History Month, this is what we get, for $500, here's the deadline. to confirm. And then the distinction, these are the 2 levels, deadlines confirmed. This is what they get. This is the package, and this is the reply form.
Oh, so it would say on the back of this,
And if we want to add details on the event, then we can do that as well. Like we would add it maybe under it. We can add a little bit of details of the event.
oh, so every time you send out the, it's got all of our different activities on it,
Yeah.
not just the one that we're.
I
trying to
can break
focus
it
on.
down.
I'd like to just focus it on that. I don't want to send it to.
Well,
women
especially
lawyers
them.
and Have them see Black history, women distinction and everything
Well,
else.
I actually sent them this and they asked about Pride, because I have to have one edited.
Right, they saw it and
I
asked.
can send it.
Oh, so they saw it and.
The what, and just as a general rule, go ahead, please.
You want just a specific form of sponsoring of Pride Month? I think that's the format for the whole committee. We cannot say this is for us only, because then
Well, I think, and I don't mean to interrupt, but we have one sponsorship package that includes not just cultural affairs, all the events, all the.
I agree.
However, they specifically asked about Pride, so I can just remove, they've already seen everything else, but they asked me about Pride, so I could send them, hey, this is the Pride.
But
fund
the
that
event
I-"
has not been approved.
Of course not, no, this
We
this
can't
cannot be
send
sent
that
out,
until we get it.
and they've been told via email, like that.
Yeah.
They asked me about Pride, I have it tentative as a calendar approved by the committee. I told them, hey, this hasn't been
That's what I'm
launched
saying.
yet,
Let's
I will.
not get ahead of ourselves because, you know.
We're not
if we
talking
get
about
sponsors
sending it
from-
in.
it's a problem.
No, I'm stating,
problem. It's a committee thing.
but what I'm stating
What I'm
is,
saying is she's trying to get a form.
No, I'm
just
not
for
trying,
Pride.
I'm asking if that's how it's
No, you're saying
done.
you want to
presently.
get rid of all the other activities from that form.
I don't want it to be confusing that someone looks at it
Yeah,
and
whenever
they're
we get
saying.
it approved, then we get it approved.
Okay, so it's our
Change
official.
it.
well, the official form wouldn't, the only change would be to add Pride to it, it wouldn't be remove all
When
of
it's
that.
approved.
Well, of course, when it's approved, I can't send anything without any approval of committee or council.
So
Okay,
what
okay,
is
that's
it?
what I'm
It's
saying.
called Memorial
Because
House.
she mentioned to get rid of all the.
Okay, I didn't say get rid of, I said it's somewhat confusing seeing so many events.
But those are our events.
And I just wanted to be clear that when someone sees it, they know which one we're requesting for.
Plus those events are already done.
And these are already done.
Yeah, they are.
So it's Memorial Health,
Care system.
She.
Memorial Healthcare System. And what do you think of requesting from the Graham Company? Graham Health
You can
as
send it
well.
to her.
I'll call Andrea. She put the flag, the first flag up for me 4 years ago.
And the Graham,
Well, the email basically, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Suzanne, but the email basically said they want to get involved with Juneteenth and Black History Month, Women of Distinction, as well as Pride. Kristen, the person who sent it specifically put those dates on the email.
Right,
The private happens
So
to be one
that's
of
the
them.
information we would be sending specifically towards the email that they sent us, is that?
Yeah, this isn't, okay, so I want to be clear, the reason that this conversation came up is because of that email. I sent a package with events that are already confirmed that were
And they
coming.
chose.
And they said, hey, if you're doing Pride, like they came back and said, we want to do
We
Women of
wanna support
Distinction
it.
and Black History Month, but the deadline had already passed on. And they're like, but if you do Pride,
We
how
want to
not
support
they?
it.
awesome.
So I can't, obviously, I told them I don't have anything yet, but if I do, obviously, I'm gonna go to them since they want to support it. If something comes about.
yeah. What do you think would be amount to just kind of have like some praise and stuff like we had for the course,
That's up.
and then
I'm questioning, how much should we
I'm saying
spend?
$1,000
much should we
altogether.
spend for the- How much should we spend the stuff, how much should we spend at the church?
For food
I
and.
think it
We
was
went
700.
300 for the food, because we had food for the
Right.
choir and for the
Right,
10
but if
days.
If you pull away the choir?
And I think it was 4,000,
No, we just talked about the
How about
food.
the food?
you're just
I
talking
think
about
like
food, oh,
700.
300, yes.
That includes the kids,
Yes,
it includes the
Okay.
kids.
I think,
Put me down for a sponsorship of the food.
So what
And
about
then I like
the
the
alcoholic
DJ.
drinks?
So I'm
We
going
wanna
the
do this.
alcoholic drinks are
to.
5. But we could do a 2-for-1.
5 is good, but 10 is better.
Yeah,
Listen, but the 2-for-1,
2 for 10?
because once we get, we
Or
have to,
9?
and we also
Nine?
have
We
to,
don't have change.
can I
Yeah.
ask a question? Can I donate, what is it called, ginger beer, because it's non-alcoholic, because people don't drink.
I understand,
Like-
yeah. People bring stuff all the time. We have a refrigerator,
Okay.
we just put it in there and then we'll put,
You can keep it,
yeah, we'll put one up on the top of the refrigerator, so these are our refreshments right here,
yeah, whatever's extra,
Yeah.
you can keep it.
yeah.
So we may not,
I'm going to BJ.
how soon do you think we'll go in front of the council?
so something is very important to keep in
Yes.
mind, because time is, like, we're already in March.
Yeah,
Right.
we need to get this like
Um,
real nice.
You already
package
missed deadline for March agenda,
done.
so you have to get on April. That's your best bet, so you have time in case you have to tweak anything, you have time to go back.
Right.
So to get on the April agenda,
But understand something, that for us to be on the April agenda, you have to have that package completely done. I mean.
it's a draft, right?
Yeah, but I mean, let's try to really do a real good job. And I ask that the individuals here present, we will go together and a unified
yeah.
front.
April, when is the next, when's the next meeting? In April.
Sorry, so I'll have you with that.
I am the one.
I have a question,
So you have to give me the breakdown.
I have a question through
Yeah,
the
like all
chair.
those notes.
I have a question through the chair and to the committee. Alicia, would you, get upset if maybe Charles or Suzanne presented?
No, I just introduce you guys and you present it. But the memo has to have my name on it.
It's okay, you can have your name. We're just talking.
Yeah, the memo just has to have the entire full committee eyes on it, really, that's what's most important. That's typed up, so keep that in mind. Whatever you guys are detailing out today and any other subcommittee, you're gonna bring all those details, the more details, the better.
You know, we
To
could,
a
I
memo,
need to touch the minutes of this.
of course, I can't act, like, none of us can act without minutes.
She's doing the minutes already.
April.
but April.
She is, because Suzanne's doing her minutes.
I would have done it. I'm sorry, I just got out late from the office.
And then, but we could,
And
I'm ready for one.
if you guys have any questions about deadlines, or like if you're
She
doing
said
the
she
right
sent
steps,
it.
just ask
She
me
said she sent
in
the
advance,
minutes
so that you don't fall behind.
right,
Right, sorry.
I didn't
we
get
want to, we need to know what the deadline, probably is in March.
This package
Give me a
is
moment and I'll look.
one, I've already presented once before to the council, but this is basically the handouts, and they come from the state and national level.
Right.
So it's not something that's.
They've already been.
They're the
approved.
It's all
experts.
been approved.
Yeah, they're
Do you
from-
want kids there to pass on these out or something, if we can get some or no?
meeting. I usually, just prepare
Oh, that's okay.
That's all.
that for the
Part
council.
of this, so
So if you go to the website. Anyone of you have gone to the website
For one, which,
for that program?
I'm not familiar with
Or
it.
go to the website.
Why, what is the one?
Go to the website.
I've been,
Familiarize
I
yourself
am,
with it.
I've been to the website. I'm also a fundraiser for, Peak Lab. And for the national organization.
Oh, that's another thing I'm gonna put in the PowerPoint, that's fine.
So guys, really important if you wanna take note of the deadline. So if you wanna get on the April agenda, that memo with all the details that have already been approved by the full Cultural Affairs
Is that
Committee
the same information
Has-
that you gave us last time?
has to come to me by March 30th.
March 30th. Okay,
March 30.
right.
End of this month.
So by March 30th, that means in advance of that, you've already met as a committee and approved what you're talking
When
about.
is our, when is our,
Which our meeting
when
is
is our
Wednesday.
meeting? Wednesday?
So on Wednesday meeting, we have to approve, just like we have to approve what we talked about in the subcommittee, the brochure.
Yeah. I have the memo template. Do you need me to send it to you? That's the memo that kind of goes in front of council, so you guys can already draft all the details in there and just have it ready.
Oh, yes.
And
Yeah.
for the committee, thank you.
But I was told that I'm the one who prepares the committee. I mean, the.
Or then
memos.
you, okay, then,
So I need the information from them
okay,
and then we check it at the next meeting or the 8th. If you have everything on the 8th, it'll be perfect.
So can we?
Because that way, you know, whatever you've done, you should be there. The
So,
information, the literature, whatever you want to put in there.
To help you out, Felicia, if, some of the committee members are wanting to send you it prepared in draft form, would that be okay with you?
That'll be okay. That's what they did for me last time. I'm gonna forget it for him.
My email. G Club, GCLUB. 42
Because I don't know
at
exactly what you guys want.
MSN.com.
But like,
G Club 42 at MSN.
42
there
is
is the age.
Yeah.
It's mine too.
Carmen, my last name.
CHU or O?
Oh,
I think they know, but,
T-A-N-I.
you know, they're.
J-E-F-F.
All that's considered. All that is considered.
So this is something that we used the last time we went in front of the committee. If you want to read that out loud, so everybody can hear it and see if there's something, if it's still relevant. I mean, we'd have to include now everything that we're doing with Main Street Players, but Want to read it out loud?
The goal of the Pride Awareness Celebration is to recognize and celebrate the LGBTQ+ members of our community and their contributions, as well as educate and provide resources for the entire community. The Pride celebration will create a culture of inclusivity within the town of Miami Lakes. In addition, it supports the town events honoring the contributions of, we're gonna replace Ronaldo Arenas at the Main Street Players Theater. We believe this is in keeping with the goals and purpose of the Cultural Affairs Committee and is stated in the commission statement. The purpose of the Cultural Affairs Committee is to establish a cultural identity as well as to provide activities that will educate and benefit the citizens and those in the surrounding communities. The Pride Awareness Celebration will provide a sense of inclusion, resources, and education to the more than 1,700 members of the LGBT community and the families who reside, work, and volunteer in the town of Miami Lakes. This data is taken from the most recent Gallup poll. 5.6% of the US population identifies as LGBTQ+ as of, in parentheses, February 2021, so probably the numbers have increased. And the 2020 census of the town of Miami Lakes that shows the population of 31,021. The LGBT+ National Health Center has donated free information regarding resources, programs, health hotlines, and care to the young people who are most affected by the isolation, bullying, and homelessness. Through the Pride Awareness Celebration, we advocate for the town of Miami Lakes to be a community that respects, supports, and provides inclusion for all its members and their families while celebrating the contributions of the LGBT+ community. I commend that last year this occurred, and it was, and it was an event that was Mayor Sid who wanted to do Ronaldo. It was an event that wanted to be done by Manny Sid. So I would find it really strange that they support Mayor Sid's event last year and they don't support the Cultural Affairs event this year. Because we're basically using the same forum.
Right.
Right. Not an R-rated movie.
And not an R-rated movie that I had to walk out on.
This. It
was R-rated.
I couldn't get it.
What's wrong? I'm sorry, I think I got Felicia's notes. Or your notes. Oh, I'm sorry, your notes.
Okay, I think that's a perfect
You
introduction.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Or-
you need
Yes, like
to correct this, because remember last time you copied what was on the website? And I told you that's not the correct mission.
I'm sorry to intervene. We had a subcommittee speaking of our mission and what was right on the website and all that, and whatever's on the website right now is
It's
correct.
correct, okay,
Improved.
but this statement is not, I think it's the old one. And
Well,
it's-
I don't know, because I haven't seen it, but whatever's on the website is correct.
And we had no
the
purpose.
It's correct.
Remember,
Miss-
we never,
The website is correct.
but Alicia, we met as a
And
subcommittee
you
and we
said
all
you were gonna go
agreed
with the
that
same
we
thing.
were going to change it. So I took it straight from the website.
Right, which is correct.
You guys had me do one tweak, which was highlight the difference between it being the lead mission and objective or something, resolution, mission and resolution. And then we did that and everything else. we did that.
It was fine, but this is not.
So I guess just you have to make sure that whatever paper that
This
is
the
has
resolution
whatever is
or
on the
the-
website.
The purpose, this part right
You want me
here.
to, I can pull it up for you guys.
Yes, look at it right here. Let's take a look at it.
Okay, so Charles, I'm going to volunteer to do the program once you have the details, as well as the PowerPoint and come in early to help and do whatever else you need
So
to do.
the PowerPoint program, oh my goodness, and you said some research.
Yes, and I'm gonna do the research for the PowerPoint as well, to
Okay.
put stuff together, and make a little iMovie to put in the background. And then I'm gonna send you the stuff I'm gonna email you because my internet is creepy in here. It's not sending the email, but I already have all that stuff ready to send.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
And
will
I
be sure to reach out again to these national groups and state groups.
If you have any.
And then I'm gonna send you the
And
stuff
if
on-
anything updated, it's all free, so. Get more of it.
I'll talk to my,
I think the state may have changed.
I'm gonna call the regional director of the state,
Okay.
because my
Oh,
son
good.
serves on that board.
Oh, okay, great.
Um,
Then I'll just reach out to national.
and
I'll put down as.
Okay, so-
State.
and if
Uh,
Lyle doesn't mind, I will pick up all the food
Suzanne,
and the
Ashley.
non-alcoholic. If my daughter-in-law will go to BJ's with me because she wants to do all.
But they have a card.
Okay, let's take a look.
Just
Thank
my
you.
credit card to pay
I
for
just
it.
said I'm gonna donate that.
Cultural identity in the town, the committee plans.
Don't need- I don't need to now, complaining
No,
about.
but I don't go to
$100.
the meeting.
Cultural identity, committee plans and coordinates further the development. Educate and benefit. There it is, benefit and educate. I put educate and benefit. I just. If you want, I could put it down word for word.
You have it 24 hours.
I paraphrased. Instead of education and benefit, I put benefit and educate. I mean,
You just have one of these.
okay.
What was it that was wrong on yours?
She originally, what was
We-
the web page for cultural affairs, they put something. And we never checked it, so she copied it and said, but that's not the mission is this. So.
But where do you see the
she interpreted it.
difference?
Yeah, because that's the correct one.
No,
When
but
you
where
read
do you
it,
see
it's
the
the
difference?
difference.
Right, why is it wrong on your paper?
It's wrong.
What's wrong on your paper?
No, just tell us what's wrong with it.
It says, the purpose of the Cultural Affairs Committee is to establish a cultural identity as well as to provide activities that will educate and benefit its citizens and those in the surrounding community.
There it
That's the
is.
same thing.
That's what it says.
Is, if we're gonna use the mission statement, it has to be the mission statement, not your interpretation of the mission statement.
It's not my interpretation. I paraphrased.
You
I took
paraphrased.
part of that sentence
Yeah,
and
but
that,
you
so it wouldn't be so wordy.
That is changing. the mission.
Okay, so we'll just
Just-
use the
Yeah.
exact
Okay,
resolution.
We'll use this.
You said
We'll use
verbatim.
what's up there.
Verbatim.
Yeah, we'll use that. Okay.
Just use it verbatim.
Resolution and mission. So I'll put the purpose.
Want to take a
In
picture of it?
keeping
No,
with the
just
goals
copy
and
it. You're gonna-
purpose
Copy and paste it.
of
Yeah.
the Cultural Affairs
you could just
Committee
take
as
a-
it's stated
take a
in
picture.
both its resolution and mission statements,
No,
in both.
you can use either one.
If you
but-
go to the
in
website,
both.
copy and paste it, and this way you won't have it.
It's resolution, no, just my lead in. I want to make sure I write correctly. Resolution and mission statements. Okay, so if I say, or if we say, rather, we believe in this is in keeping with the goals and purpose of the Cultural Affairs Committee as it is in both its resolution and mission statements, colon, and then type them up. So it'll be exact.
Is there
Yeah,
room
like
in the agenda in case,
Copy and paste identity.
I'm gonna take a picture just in case for whatever reason I have trouble
Yeah.
finding it.
Charles, quick question, is there space on the agenda in case I speak to my niece and she has a few artists or somebody who's maybe willing to bring something? Remember we had talked about displaying art in the
Yeah.
front or by the door or something? If she does have something,
Do we have
could I
any
send
easels?
pictures?
Will she have easels or?
Well, I'm sure that if there's some of the artists that they'll have, just to display a few
Mhm.
things, maybe if we have an artist that can.
Yeah, that'd be
Time
fine.
And have people just be part of the artistic part
We
of it.
recognize them, have them to stand, or maybe have them to stuff.
Yeah,
Their
What they were
piece.
thinking about,
When they did
Yeah.
their piece. Oh
what they
my
were thinking
God.
about when they did.
Yeah, they-
What was
they
the
just-
Some may be from their own struggle, some may be from somebody that they know, some may be a relative, somebody may be somebody that passed away. Well, what were you thinking when you did that? Oh, this is the state of mind I was in at that time.
okay,
So just to be clear, so going in front of the council, we would have this, our initial statement. And then the details of what exactly the
program.
activity would be.
What the event will look like, how many attendees you're expecting, if you have sponsors, that's great.
Well, we can't have sponsors
Right,
because
but you can tell them that something,
potential.
has already inquired
We already
about,
have
because that
sponsors.
is correct, they inquired about it.
We'll know whether or not Graham is interested.
No, but we already have another sponsor. I'm gonna be a sponsor.
Memorial Health Care System is
Memorial Health
is
is a
interested.
sponsor.
You
I am
are
a
a
sponsor.
sponsor.
I will call Andrea tonight.
Okay.
If it's not the
And
lady, the kids are sleeping.
do you think we could have like just a, kind of a sketchy program? I don't, I'm using sketchy and that has not a
Like
connotation.
a program that looks like a
A draft, yeah, a draft of a program, we put draft on it, like. so
I
that
think
it's
if
So
you-
ideally, you bring all of this again
Yes.
Wednesday, so that the entire committee sees everything you guys are
The
piling up,
committee has to approve it before we present it.
and then you guys take it.
So then I'll just take whatever notes we have from, if that's okay with everybody. I'll just take whatever notes we have and put a rough draft together for the
Rough draft.
program with examples.
And then people.
And you
can
want
see
it for Wednesday, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll also
So have you
at
an
least bring
agenda,
these and.
provide,
Suzanne
agenda,
is
an
gonna-
agenda you will be, I have it as Pride Subcommittee.
And Suzanne's gonna have the minutes. full,
But
so.
you need to present something so the rest of the group knows.
Just like the brochure, will be brochure,
How many people are
pride,
missing? Like
and
three?
women of distinction.
Yeah, like three missing. I think.
Right, so
2 or 3.
we're okay.
So then you guys will take your vote on Wednesday, and if it passes, we can add it to council agenda for you.
We're only
Yes.
missing Elizabeth, Ernie,
Carla, whoever
Well,
appears.
yeah, we don't know. We haven't seen Carla or Ruth in a while.
Yeah, I was just saying maybe 3 people.
Okay, so, trying to think, so we talked about sponsorships and review
And
the.
Hermes,
Just outline it.
Hermes gonna bring a piece. So if we do the art component.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, if we do. Yeah,
Is
if
she
we do-
okay? I heard that just.
I know, but I know where she lives, I know her daughter, and if I have
Yeah.
to pick up a piece, cause she.
When
would
the
like to
lobby is,
display
the
that,
lobby
I
is
do
big
that.
enough to put
Is
them around the lobby.
Is that something she's donating to the event,
To
so
the
people
space.
can purchase
It's
it?
something she can.
Is it for the anches?
I will.
You could do like a.
Oh,
Okay, so you would like me to ask her?
if we could raffle it,
Okay, my friend, I will.
and maybe that could be included in the budget for the sponsorship.
Yeah.
You could do a raffle.
Yeah,
I'll ask.
Whatever the,
We can start it with like a base price.
Yeah.
And like silent auctions.
You know, why?
Yeah, I have an author.
Why I say, cause she always donates a piece for the Zanza gala.
Yes, I've seen that.
She always donates a piece.
Oh, that's very.
You guys
exciting.
can take a picture and put it like in a Word doc and just attach it also as your.
There you go.
As your backup.
If you get a picture and send it to Z, she could put it in her program. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna write that in the notes, possible
Like that you're
raffle,
taking everything.
silent auction of art. An auction.
Mhm. So
If
that's
you
better.
guys can get in
That's
contact
the
with
night,
those speakers, you have, better details to like.
Oh, yeah, because they've already
So
done.
that's
it.
probably something you want to share with them when you bring it up, with the entire committee as well, and as well.
So you know their names.
Yeah,
You're gonna have a panel, the art.
Poetry, readings,
Yeah, well, outline all that.
history.
It's all 100% culture.
Mhm.
Is there,
And
is there,
music, because your music video.
is there going to be an opportunity for, again, does the agenda allow for a special guest of any kind if we could get someone?
At the
Whenever
council?
we put up a program, we got the theater for the whole time.
But are you, do you mean in front of the council or you mean at the actual?
You
event?
can let it think.
At the actual event to include like a guest.
Mhm.
I already have somebody for legal. I don't know if you want to use it for legal or as like a prominent pride. Judge Reed said, just give me the details, I'll be interested. And she's like, our circuit.
No, I'm not talking about the panel, I'm talking about just a regular.
Mhm.
But we
Yeah,
have,
we
we
can
are
have
like dying.
We can have a place, we can have a place, and because like I say, the length of it is what we make it. Yeah, I don't wanna make it too long. And I don't wanna make it too
Like a
short.
5-minute.
I'm thinking from an hour, 15 minutes, and if people wanna mingle around.
You know
after
what?
sober,
She is
you know, we
right.
got the theater for the whole
The
night.
judge is awesome.
Well,
Like, he's all in the bus.
Well, then maybe she could do the
Talking
intro,
about,
rather than me getting up and talking about the history. I would love to see a keynote speaker. Let's make that maybe a
And she
keynote.
is.
And let her include that into.
And then she could be the one that starts it off and talks a little about the history, and then later
Yeah.
on, she could be on the panel as well, but she's our keynote. A judge.
She's always like wanting to do it. That's why I texted her at the meeting.
You have no
Wow.
idea, she is freaking awesome.
Did you get her?
Judge Mabel Ruiz.
Oh, boy, that'd be great.
Mabel con B.
Mabel, yeah.
And she's
Mabel.
always wanted to do this, by the way. This is
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
new.
There was a show on TV where the couple named their child Mabel because mothers always bring it stuff up.
Aw.
Oh, wow.
My niece named her baby girl Robin after Robin on Good Morning America,
All right.
because she's always been such an advocate for
Oh, she's a
all
cancer
people.
survivor, right?
She's a
Oh,
cancer,
that's
and for
awesome.
all people. You know, and she's such a strong role model. So my little great niece is called Robin. I was like, oh, Robin.
No, we are one person, but I think that'd be a reach, but, he was in one of our plays about 5 years ago as a guy. Now he's a girl.
Huh?
Who's Judina?
He's a-
That's
he's
the,
a-
Transgender, yes,
Transgender.
someone who's transgender.
Yeah.
Transgender.
uh-huh.
Do
Yeah.
you think he'd want to be on the
Matter of fact,
panel?
he is the spokesperson for the Dade County.
That's
That's,
important.
that's education and
Yeah,
everything else.
I'll see how we can, I'll see.
Chart.
Why
Yeah,
don't you put that kind of Charles?
Yeah, I'll see, promise. He was in one of our plays about 5 years ago. And little Cindy, you know little Cindy,
Yes.
she knows him very well, so we'll see if we can get in contact.
Okay, wonderful.
Felicia, Dina is the contact that I mentioned that I would put you guys in contact with, that I would give you her contact information in case you guys wanted resources for any of that. They're from the FIU Center for Children and Families.
Oh,
So is it, okay?
I'll see if we.
You want us to
we
reach
can
out
get
to them?
him. He would
I gave it to
definitely-
all of you, whoever wants to.
Yeah.
have
I'm
them,
only
come with it.
asking because she's
The thing
cringing
is
a
that
little bit.
you're, no, it's just that I see you're doing so many activities that
No,
day.
Yeah.
From panel,
Well-
from panel to, you're.
We're trying to be inclusive, we're trying to be inclusive to everybody.
It's like,
inclusive to everything.
You guys don't have, by the way, because this is something I just gave you contact information to, you do not have to reach out. This is just a resource that is available to you.
Okay, thank
This
you,
is what
thank
it
you,
looked like.
thank you for telling us.
This is what we used last year when we did the farmer's market.
Or was it a promotion
For
for,
our flyer
oh,
for the market, and then all these brochures and all kinds of colorful things were going on.
Did that go on?
I have a limited. camp.
Oh, you just got to. She's on. She's on later.
We got the right.
See, I got it on my phone, say, what do you want? Like, a flyer or what?
A teacher that's got unlimited resources is really an a rare species, right?
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, assuming, well, like I said, we're opening up at about 6, from 6 to 7, and then we at 7 o'clock, we'll go inside, start the program. See if we can do it in an hour, 15 minutes, or whatever. We'll kind of play it by the questions and the response that we get from.
Might run a little bit longer, if people are interested in the event is going smooth,
Right, that's why I said,
and the
well,
theater's
right,
willing to stay open.
Yeah.
I would like to, final reminder to you all, any ideas, try to really, finalize
Come in
between
close.
here and the
Yeah.
meeting, because you can't add anything after.
I was saying, they need to be put on the document.
Not do another activity that was better,
right.
trying to say, right?
It will be on the document.
Another activity or just add to the.
Like you
program?
can't add, like, obviously little things will be added, like, okay, you got a different speaker, things like that are okay, but like really the concept. you
No,
can't
no,
change the
I
concept
understand what you're
after-
saying.
No, no, it's fine.
The
that's fine.
concept's not changed.
So we got it.
And, we change our hors d'oeuvres, we won't have a,
Yeah, I think.
I think we'll be
Okay,
okay.
that's instead of, fixing things.
Well, my daughter-in-law is gonna be in charge of that stuff, so.
No,
she's got
but
great
what they
taste.
call them, they keep like.
As long as I pay for it, she will handle it.
I'm really excited about that art.
Yeah.
I raised, hello, I just texted,
Okay.
she's not feeling good. It's. Text.
This is a former student of mine. I was gonna ask to apply, maybe not like that.
Wow.
Oh, just,
That's her in her act.
Yes,
Wow,
but,
that's cool.
Is that Priscilla's work?
no, this is a former student of mine,
She's
but
an artist.
survived quite an ordeal to get to that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, it's a story.
That's
And sometimes the story goes into the paint. And then it has more realistic.
Or just into the
approach.
person, you know what I mean?
right.
Just the person itself. The ending there.
And like you said, we have a lot of things, but I know that Catherine Fernandez Rundle has that team that came out and spoke when we did the mental health for children, and they came out about trafficking. And
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that, and
I
then
think
how
you're not
at
that
risk
easy.
and at risk they were. I don't know if you'd want them on the
She talks
panel.
about, she talks to the Zonta event.
You're right,
Yeah,
she's
but-
amazing at the panel, on the
Stakeholders
panel.
and cultural, that's veering into another, topic.
And I'm sorry, because now that you mentioned that, that is a good point. You guys are the cultural affairs committee, so if you feel like you are going into another sector, remember that council always encourages all committees to partner
Collaborate.
up
Oh,
and
we can partner.
collaborate. So if you feel like you're touching base with another committee. it's
Maybe we can
great
get the
to-
other committee to collaborate
Yeah.
on a specific thing.
That's what
Oh,
Gladys
oh.
said.
You know who's on? She's on one of the committees, not the educational.
Madeline,
Okay.
special needs.
She's in
Yeah.
special needs.
Yeah.
That's
They're
physical.
unique,
That's physical.
they're very
It's,
unique.
it's a-
Some of
I
the
don't
special
think-
needs.
No, I don't think.
Special needs is.
No.
No, they do autism, they do social emotional.
Yeah.
Because their special needs registry is over
Because they also have another committee that
mental
deals
health.
with mental health and suicide and all that stuff.
But they encourage.
Can you-
collaboration.
Will you call Madeline?
We don't,
Will you call Madeline? So, just in case.
No, Madeline, bring it up in the meeting, no?
But in case there is somebody that then can speak.
I'm gonna give you guys a
then we can
suggestion, because again, we're not supposed to be acting outside of public meeting, and I know that
Let's try to
technically she's in another committee. I
collaborate.
think you should call someone else that's not Madeline. Because remember that Madeline is part of cultural.
Yes.
So, but I can give you
Charles
the
and I
roster and you
could
guys
not
can.
come to the Veterans Parade Committee because we were in the same committee, and I was very upset because we had never gone through that before, and we never talked about our committee, and we could not, yes.
All she's pretty much stating is the same, that for public meetings, again, anything that is gonna be discussed in a meeting should not be outside of a
It's supposed
public
to be
meeting
in the
between the
sun-
same.
It's supposed to be in the sunshine.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying to avoid that, do not call Madeline.
Yeah.
I would say connect with another committee member for mental health task force or special needs.
Got it.
Okay.
No, I know, it's gotta be.
I like need to take the time out. And who's going to-
Do we have any other comments, any other information that we need to bring before this body?
Next meeting day?
So when we have this meeting, you're
I
gonna.
think we need to probably have one more in between
Absolutely.
finalized, after we get the approval.
Well, so you guys, again, you meet March 8th, that's your
Right.
meeting. You don't meet then after the council. Then you would be
No,
too
no,
late.
no, what I'm asking is if we as a committee can meet after Wednesday.
Yeah, you would have to do a
We're not-
special call
yeah,
if you're requiring.
We're not
both.
gonna change anything, we just wanna
Okay.
finalize.
We want to organize ourselves for the April meeting.
That's fine, but what would be taken to council is what you approved this Wednesday. You get me?
Yeah, but we need to like,
Okay.
who's gonna write it up and who's
Okay.
going to
Okay,
make it
so
look
what hap-
beautiful
Okay,
and
can I
pretty.
explain something? So if we're gonna have something that we're gonna take action, then it's gonna be called a special call meeting. And I
If that would
believe
require. a
if
vote.
if we have a special call meeting, I am sure we won't have enough of a quorum to have a meeting.
And we do that on March 8th.
We
No,
do
so
that-
March 8th is your regular meeting. Ideally, that's what I was pushing you guys to have everything ready that meeting, bring everything ready.
We
But it-
are.
But you're saying that you might need some time after to
Another
finalize
subcommittee?
some details. If you do a subcommittee after that, you cannot go back and add to the
It's
list.
gotta be a
And you may
special,
need to, so if you may
listen,
need
a
to, a
special
call is
call
your best.
meeting.
Okay, so when do we vote for that?
Let's,
Just bring it up to the meeting.
Okay.
Let's see what we look like.
can I ask a question? Since, can we just at least put a tentative special call meeting in case it's necessary and since we're all here?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, so like right now, so
On
just so
the
you know.
next
you're gonna have
meeting
four
day,
members.
it's a
March 30th,
special
for
call
all of them.
The
meeting.
March 30th is when
One,
we'll
two,
have to
three, four,
submit,
5, 6.
we have to submit the memo on March 30th.
So you
So
would want
we
to
can
be
be
before
in
that.
April.
So it would have to be
Just
between
jot down
the
all these
8th.
dates because it's important for you guys.
It's in memo form.
Yeah, I'll send you the.
Oh, you're gonna send.
Is
it
that to the,
I
to
will
the town
send-
council? Or
Yeah,
to
pretty much
me?
the draft of what you're taking, you're gonna bring to the
I
entire
will
body.
send memo form.
So out of curiosity,
Do,
how early do you start? Cause I
March
know on the
30th.
20th, we have a blasting meeting. Can we have like a special core meeting at either after 8 or before the special?
You have to give me time to look at the calendar to make sure.
Okay, Isle, when you look at the calendar, could you give us a date and then maybe Wednesday?
You wanna give me a week to work off of, and I'll give
Yes,
you
and then we can. On Wednesday, we have to come up with a date for a special call meeting.
Right, and that'll give us.
Or you
time to
can pick it at the
finalize
meeting.
it.
Yes. So this way you have time. Because the reason I say a special call meeting, because in a special call meeting, we can have a vote. You're understanding, right?
I'm
A
sorry.
special call meeting allows us to take a vote.
Yes.
On. Which is.
On anything.
And anything
Okay.
that might change from what we talked today or what is voted on Wednesday.
Okay,
So I get the
That
memo
was cold, cover your butt.
due March 30th, but when is the actual meeting in April?
Oh,
Did we
okay.
ever see
After
that?
32 years ago.
So we know.
The
so
second
we can
week,
all
no?
be there.
You wanna go home to eat?
April 11th is the April meeting.
So
Our
everybody,
The council meeting.
council meetings, April 11th, 2023, that's,
What time is that? Do you?
6 o'clock?
Oh, 6:30. 6 is presentation. They do presentations like proclamations. stuff like that.
oh, not presentations like ours.
No.
Meeting.
When you have to check the agenda, they put you in the agenda.
6 p.m.
Okay, wait. The 4/11/2023 is, the meeting starts at 7, but the presentations are an hour before, right?
6, no, the presentation start at 6 and council meeting is set to start at 6:30. I think
Okay,
they've been starting
Right,
late.
so that means that we will be after 6:30, like we were last time.
Okay, guys,
Just in case we have some presentations to that.
again, March 8th is the CAC meeting, you're gonna present your proposal,
Right,
okay? And then it's yay or nay on that day, and then you make the adjustments, whatever, and on March 30th,
we'll submit, that's the submission date.
no, actually, wait a minute, if we approve or not, we then we have to submit again for approval of the committee, no?
So I'll remind you, you guys need to keep better track of your minutes. Your past minutes, I don't know how long ago, but in some minutes, I remember off of my memory that you guys approved pride events.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
We did.
So that's
It's on the
already-
calendar.
It's approved, but obviously now we just need to approve the details.
I,
So if you don't approve the details
Okay,
on
then
Wednesday, you just have to
approve
come
of
back with a
proposal, event details.
because the actual event's been approved. by
Right, for the month
committee.
of June.
We're just trying to pull it together for the council to approve.
Okay, so what we're basically doing is putting together the information that is gonna be presented to the council,
Sam.
and it has to be approved before it goes to the council. So that's.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we're doing. Okay, got it.
And then that'll give us from the 8th through the 30th to
Have a special call meeting
yeah.
if necessary to
And,
change anything legally.
fix it up, put in the proper format. But
Yeah.
we want to change,
And have more details,
Right.
people's names,
Right.
confirmations.
And then. we're gonna put
I'll
it
have the
together, but
minutes
I have
ready.
to check it.
I'll get these minutes to you tomorrow.
Well, you guys all have.
Okay.
Yeah, not just you, the entire committee needs to check it out Wednesday. That's all of your responsibility.
Okay.
To the memo.
The memo,
By check, I just
The
need to
memo-
go over the
the
details.
memo has to be basically. No, the body of the memo has to be done by Wednesday.
yeah,
Exactly, that's what you want, yes.
Okay.
So that's just a breakdown, kind of like an outline
Well, we're
breakdown of all the
gonna
things that we're gonna, that we're going to.
Draft them.
The name.
what the program is
That's,
gonna look
that's
like.
And I'll bring the sketch of the playbill looking
On Wednesday.
on Wednesday. Yeah, I'll put it
Be
together.
So it's 8th, 30th, and April 11th. Oh, that's something.
So besides the minutes, we're actually going to, I'm gonna look at the memo form that you send me and fill that out too for the 8th meeting.
Yeah, I give you the
You
minutes
can do it,
ready,
yes.
Yeah, I'll do the minutes for
And
sure.
then the memo template that I'm about to send you include as many details based on this conversation. And
That's
bring it to
what,
the entire.
that's
committee.
gonna be.
Oh,
approved
The
on
minutes
8th,
and the memo.
Not after, in the 8th. we'll do it in the-
But it looks
Well,
like you
we're really closing this, but we need Charles. to-
Yeah, that will be the memo said that it wasn't deep and.
Oh, so. She was awesome for Juneteenth.
So
So they made it, I can speak. Right? For Juneteenth, so sponsored.
No,
I
it's
don't think so.
Memorial.
The
It's
sponsor
Memorial
is something.
Day.
Memorial.
Oh, she's spoke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
she
right.
spoke. Two people.
She was from Memorial.
No, she came and she talked.
The speaker was from Memorial.
So, yeah.
She's very nice.
Awesome.
We'll talk
Okay,
about
so
that next
do you, chairperson, would you, I'm taking the notes, would you like to adjourn us?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, the, motion is made by Annette,
Trinette.
Trinette.
Why do I keep on calling you Annette?
You don't like me, I know that.
Doesn't realize what I call all my children, you have no idea.
I probably say yes to, even though she's.
Motion by
Trinette,
Annette and
Second.
by Charles.
and it adjourns at 8:04 p.m.
Okay,
Thank you very much for
8:04.
everybody.
thank you guys for coming. I think I think we have the makings of a really good
Yeah.
program.
Well, it's
Exciting.
It's something we've been trying to do for 3 years.
Yeah, let's everyone try to get on board.
And
right?
can I ask you something? Did you notice?
Board the train.
Did you, yeah, get on the board, get on the